one. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Today is the how much? Which one is it? The 150 life,
160.
160, the 160 episode of the In Your Face
That's right.
show.
That's right.
And I'm here with my brother, man,
That's right.
Mr. Anthony
And, and
Storner.
Sturmas.
Mr. Sturmas, what's up with you?
What's going on, brother? What's going on? It's
How
Friday.
your day going? How your day going, bro?
I'm pretty good. I just finished a photo shoot yesterday. That actually came out really, really cool, really fun. Um, got a lot of stuff is going on. Too much, a lot of stuff I can't talk about. But a recent film that I finished was with Wages of Sin with Danny Trejo, director Victor Rios. That was pretty cool. That is going to soon come out. Um, Sometime shortly, actually. He sent me the trailer. Well, the trailer to the flyer. So that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Once that is up, I'll be sharing that on Facebook. And I got some in my hand and a couple other things that are looking pretty good for the remainder of the year. Can't talk about it because I'm under NDA, but yeah, it's cool. And I also finished a trailer, concept art, storyboard for a video game, kind of like Lord of the Rings out of Europe, actually. And that just is going to be popping off by the beginning of the year. So it's cool. It's really, really cool. I'm doing some storyboards for Z Dead End for the director of Robert Restro out of New York. I'm going to be doing some storyboards for him come this week. So it's cool. It's really cool. God is good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what made you get into the field of, movies? Movie, all that
Um,
stuff.
Originally, I started out as a graffiti artist in the 80s when New York and all that graffiti and all that hip hop stuff came out. Everybody was just like in LA was just going mad wild. So I got into that, um, painted and did some things. Then I got into comics, and then I got a scholarship to Art Center for illustration, advanced illustration, and took about 10 years off. And then I wanted to get into storytelling because I started to read comic books. I was like, wow, there's a lot of films coming out. That's like when anime was popping off. Spawn by Todd McFarlane that popped in. I think it was on
97.
Liquid TV. I think it was Liquid TV. It was really, really cool. It's really amazing animation. So that really, really triggered my intention. So I applied for Cal Arts 3 times in a row. I blew away about 365 students per seat 3 times in a year. But couldn't go because the tuition was sky high. It's like putting up a payment for a mortgage to a house. It was just unbelievable. So I went to the school, Cal Arts in Valencia, and I spoke to the president. At that time, his name was Levine. And I sat down in his office and I said, listen, I got accepted 3 times. There's no doubt, that this school would really top off my resume, but I can't even afford the first year tuition. It's just, and he's like, well, you're not the first. He's like, there's a lot of people living in the cars. I'm like, that ain't happening. That's not happening. If I come to the school, I'd like to have a dorm and this and that. And he's like, yeah, more than half of the people drop out the first year in Cal Arts because it's so intense. So I stopped, took 10 years off, knocked on a lot of doors, hustled, did a lot of things. And then I finally got back into the Art Institute where I finished off with my bachelor's in animation. and I was able to finish a 30-minute, no, actually a 15-minute film, 2D 3 animation. I produced, directed it, and storyboarded it, and it was pretty cool. It was really, really cool. I had a 35-man team, had a premiere where I had ILM, DreamWorks, and I think Nickelodeon show up. It was my first film ever. And then once I graduated early, I went to USC to teach a pilot program for Photoshop. Then, for some reason, I got in my clothing line, which was really kind of like my graffiti-ish. It was called Devilish at that time. But the lettering was kind of like Arabic. It was really, really dope. And that was popping off in Hollywood. And that was the talk of the town for at least about a good year, 2 years. And then I directed all the photos. When we had our fashion shows, the background, because I already had graduated from getting my bachelor's, I did my team made like an anime background. So as the models would walk out with the fashion show, it was like, whoa, it was totally different. It was really, really cool. And it was always packed. The house was always packed when we had our fashion shows in Hollywood, always. And then I jumped off and started doing storyboarding. And since then, it's just been pretty good. It's just been going up, going up, going up.
Mm, mm. So, so what has been your most memorable experience? During your career.
Wow. There's a lot there, actually. Um, Most memorable. Well, for one, when I had my fashion show, and I remember I was with the photographer at the top of one of the buildings in Hollywood, and my logo was like a Batman logo up in the building, so everybody down on Hollywood Boulevard can see my logo as the fashion show is going. And I started to tear up, and I was like, he's like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "Man," he's like, "I like, dude. I mean, you understand? Like having that logo, and we're in the middle of the mecca of entertainment. My logo's like plastered on a wall, like a Batman logo, while we're having our fashion show. I mean, that was like priceless. I was like, wow, that was pretty. That was intense. That was pretty intense. It made me realize like when you go after something and you believe it from mind to heart and soul, you can attain anything if you
Mm,
put your mind to it, and it'll happen. It doesn't matter if it's impossible. If it's in your mind and you feel it in your gut, doesn't matter what obstacle it is. It'll happen if you have the drive to do it. It'll happen.
right, right. That's something that's very, very, very true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I understand, man. I know what it takes. Bro, like
Yeah. Blood, sweat, and
that
tears.
blood, sweat, and tears, bro. Like not a lot of people have it. Not a lot of people have the drive to get where they want to
No,
be. It could be in your
no.
mind, but if you don't have the work ethic to put into it, mm,
Well, a lot of people think it's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna suffer a little bit. I'm gonna get a bruise." No, you're gonna eat like oatmeal cookies for all week and like milk, and like you're gonna do what you got to do like to make it happen, because it's like it's difficult. And I remember, man, it was brutal when I was going to college and I was taking on all these projects. Man, it was just intense. You don't sleep, you just do it. And I look at my ideology is like, well, you could sleep when you're dead, so just take advantage of everything now. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, it's not going to hurt you,
right.
and you'll achieve so much success. And I think there was a magazine. I just came out in a magazine called Canvas Rebel, and they asked me what is it that when you struggle, what's more important, talent or what makes you stand out? And I said, well, you can have a lot of people that are talented, but to sit on that talent. But if you have hustling skills and you know how to talk and you know how to move that product, you're going to move mountains, because a lot of people sit on talent and it just sits there. I know some amazing, amazing artists, and they don't make anything out of the career. They're now, whatever, they're doing something they're not doing. But if you can network and open your mouth and not be shy or timid, I mean, just be bold and confident about your work. Yeah, you'll make it happen. You'll make it happen. I would when you graduate college, I mean, they should have a class just solely on networking, because you're not going to land on your dream job just on your talent because I mean, Hollywood is the mecca of entertainment. They got thousands of people that they can select from. So what makes you different? You got a mouthpiece, use it, sell it, talk about it. What do you do? What makes you different? What makes you pop? You know,
Right.
and if you just sit there and you're going, oh man, because you've been praised all your life and you're this great artist and this and that, it's cool, but so are others. There's always one person better than you. You know what I mean? There's always one person bigger than you.
Right. That's true. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that when you're working on projects, you got to put in your all, man. You got to put in your all because if you don't, a lot of that is going to it's going to go to waste if you don't put in your all. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
Yeah.
I've been through that, man. Like putting in your all, giving in your all, and going for everything that you wanted. Man, I remember when I first saw Jarhead in like on a podcast. I was like, wow, like you see how much it popped. The Jarhead logo,
Right.
it
Right.
pops.
Right.
You know, and when people recognize your talent, when people recognize your the fight that you have within you,
Absolutely.
people recognize what you do. So
Absolutely.
you know, when they
Yeah.
genuinely recognize it and genuinely care,
Yep.
yeah, it feels so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's modeling, acting, and artists just in general. It's probably one of the hardest careers. But the difference between us, rather than your 9 to 5 jobs, you can literally make an NFT the next day and be a multimillionaire.
Yeah, yeah, that was wild.
You can make a story, right? You can make a story, and you could be the talk of the town for the next 10 years just on that story. One film, one film it takes.
Wow.
That's all
that's
it
why
takes.
that's why it's like, man, in all reality, man, if people really want it, they can obtain it. But
Yep.
they gotta put in the hard work. They
Yep.
gotta go for it. Because if you
There's no way
don't,
around it. There's
it's
no
gonna
way
be
around
somebody else to get it, you know? I'll be damned if I'm gonna let somebody else get what I want.
it.
I'll be
Absolutely.
damned if I'm gonna let somebody take what I got. Like you gonna have to kill me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way I see it, you know what I mean? Like if I'm striving to get where I wanna be and fighting for what I want, then you have to fight. You gotta fight. Sometimes you gotta put up fists to kick somebody ass in order to get in order to keep them from taking what you got. Sometimes you
That's
gotta do
right.
that.
You have to. You have to.
Sometimes
It's
you have to,
it's a
you know.
it's a it's I mean, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. I mean, I've known people that have been in the industry in years, and some of these people that graduate, I get emails, people that are the last year from USC and they graduated, and they're like telling me, like, man, he's like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to be a storyboard artist, but I'm not getting jobs and this and that. I'm like, you're gonna probably hear that for the next 5 years. I mean, get used to it. You're not gonna get
Yeah.
jobs. You're not gonna get it. You just gotta you gotta keep pushing. If you're gonna get butt hurt or like they've turned you down for 10 times and you're already giving up, then it's not your field. I remember I got years, man. I mean, it's just years. And so I would just do odd end jobs just in order to keep my craft. And that's just how it is. When you love something, you'll find a way to make it happen. You'll find a way to make it happen.
That's the truth. That is the motherfucking truth, man. That is the goddamn truth. So, what is the most rewarding aspect of your art?
To see it up on the screen, like seeing my a film that I storyboarded for a director, and then you see on the credits your name, storyboard artist Anthony Sturmas. I mean, that's pretty dope. That's like super dope. That's like more than money. You know what I mean? It's like everybody sees that. That's like wide fame. That's like graffiti vandalism on the screen. It's like there's your name. You know what I mean? It's all over the world.
Mm,
It's cool.
okay, okay. What is the most important lesson you have learned? Wow, sir. Yeah, where's the most experience? What is the most important lesson you learned?
Poorest lesson I learned.
Yeah.
Um, Listening to many people's advice when in fact they don't amount up to what they're talking. For instance, you get a lot of people that are like saying, do this and do that, that. Like I had a friend of mine that was really I highly looked up to, and he would always say, do this and do that, and then I just saw him recently. And I was like, wow, man, this is what you ended up to. And you talked about all this stuff and this and that going after your goals. And it's like, now you're like, you're not doing anything. You were just preaching. You're just preaching. It's just like, you didn't put any work to what you were saying. You know what I mean? It's like a boxer telling you how to box, but he's never boxed. He's never won any championships. It's like, what are you talking about? You've never even boxed. It's like, you don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
that's kind of sad in a way because a lot of people in LA seem to know a lot, but they bark a lot, but there's not a lot ingredient. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of talk, a lot of show. Um,
Well, that's because a lot of people like to talk just
yeah,
because they got a mouth.
yep,
A lot of people like to talk out their ass, pretty
that's
much.
right.
And
You
to be
know,
honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, people think, on the predicated on my show. People think talking with these big celebrities on the show and all that shit. It's not what it's cracked up to be. You know, it's not. Reason why is because yeah, you got to deal with the way some people may act fun, act cool on the show, but on the outside of the show, it's like night and day. They don't
yep,
show you no attention. They don't get to know you. None of that. And
yep,
when you do try to talk to them, it just blow you off. Not a lot
yeah,
of people understand that. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, and what I learned, man, is through this whole situation is that through all the things that I learned in the business is to not get too close to certain people.
yeah.
Don't take it personal. Don't expect don't expect people to do anything for you. You got to do
Hmm.
it yourself. You know
That's
what I'm
all it is.
saying?
That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, just because you know, you want something, you want build a rapport with people. Don't mean they want to with you. You know what I'm saying? And egos go through that. A lot of people
Hmm.
go with egos, and a lot of people, even the people that don't have a brand, has an ego.
I know.
So it's like
I know.
dealing with that situation.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
you gotta
just kind of let I just like doing the work and let the work speak for itself. Just you don't need to open up
sure,
your mouthpiece. Just let the work speak for itself.
exactly. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I use my mouthpiece. Of course, I'm always talking. I'm always, what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
like a lion. I'm always roaring. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you
Right.
know
Right.
I'm in
Right.
the room. Yeah, a lot of people would tell me, a lion don't have to let the people know you're in the room. Yes, you do. I'm
Right.
the type of lion that I'm gonna let you know I'm in the room, even if I don't have to let you know. Your eyes are gonna be locked on me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm the life of the party every time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
Right.
what it is. I'm the spotlight. I'm the spotlight king. So I'm always in the spotlight. Always.
Right.
Whether it is trying not to be, whether it's trying to be, I'm always going to be in the spotlight. That's
Yeah.
prime time, baby. You know what I'm saying? Smiling and overcoming the odds. That's what it's all about. Because,
Yeah.
like I
That's
said,
right.
not a lot of people understand that, whether you hate it or loved, you know, this is the spotlight. And you ask God for it, He's going to give you the spotlight, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make that, whether when it's bad, you gotta turn it around for your good, and he's gonna turn it around for your good. Whether
Right.
it's good, what I'm saying, you're gonna have somebody to try to turn it around for your bad. So you
Yep.
gotta think about it in a way where you can maneuver and build off of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
You
My
know,
being a storyboard artist, man, you've got to draw 24/7. If you don't love to draw, don't even bother being in this business. You got to draw, 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 draw. Man, you wake up, you draw, and you sleep when you draw. It's like draw, draw, draw.
that's what it takes. In the area of comic books, and this is entertainment. What a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know is that comic books are entertainment. When you read the books, what are you doing? What are you being? What are you
Right.
being? You're
Yep.
being entertained.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When you look at the art, what are you being? You're being entertained.
Yep.
You're
Absolutely.
not being, you're not just reading a book. You could read a book and be entertained and not be entertained. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the story, and that's why I said whether it has art or whether it has words, you're still being entertained.
Yeah. It's kind of. I think comic books way back. I think they're a lot better. The art was a lot better, a lot raw. I mean, the comic books are cool now. I mean, I'm not knocking it, but I think it was just a little bit more personal back then. The comic books, you know.
Well, because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because nowadays people are not in it for the love of it. People are not in it for helping a next man get where he need to be. People are not in it to they're in it because they saw the next man get rich off of it, or the next
Yeah.
man do this, do that. And everybody wants to be like Marvel and DC, and not everybody, but some you have that big crowd of people that want to be like Marvel and DC, that want to be like Tom McFarlane, that want to be like the big guys, right?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah. But
carry themselves
they
like
don't adapt to their own style. They don't adapt.
exactly.
It's too
And
many styles, the same style. Back then, when you're talking about some of these well-known comic book artists, Joe Kubert and all these guys, Stan Lee, they're all each and every one of them had a different certain style. Comic book days now, they all seem to have their own style, except for Todd McFarlane. He's got a really unique, cool style, really, really cool, very different. But
right,
everything else, it looks the same. It looks the same. Look
right,
at
and
Frank
that's why,
Frazetta. Frank Frazetta is a league of his own, even
right,
now.
and right, and if you really look at that, when you really look at that situation, you got to understand too that people don't know how to come up with their own style. And even and it's like this. People are riding that wave of not wanting to build the new wheel.
Yeah,
What people don't understand is that in this world, you got to build your own motherfucking wheel.
that's right.
You got to build your own motherfucking wheel because that old wheel that people are riding on is going to get rusty and break down.
You need to get your ass off the couch at your mama's couch as you're 40 years old and go get a job.
Right. And fund
You
your
gotta
own shit.
hustle. You gotta work. You
Fund
gotta
your own
get yours.
shit. Yeah. And the thing about it is that I was always told by a lot of people, stop trying to build the wheel. But you got to understand, I'm the wheel builder. I'm going to build my own wheel. I've been doing this since my whole life. I
Yeah,
don't want to be like everybody else. I
yeah.
don't want to be. I don't want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
I'm made to be different. So I have to do things that please me and please God. And I'm not. No, man. I'm here to build the wheel and make it go round for me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Make it go round for others, so others can jump on the wheel and we could go. They could
yeah,
build their wheels on top of the wheel that's being built.
yeah.
Nowadays, these wheels, people are jumping on that old wheel, and that old wheel is gonna
Just
fall
like
down and
just like
crash.
just like a lot of movies, just recycled and recycled and
Exactly. That's what I'm
recycled.
saying.
Like how many
Exactly.
Twilight Zones and how many Jasons and like man, it's just like come on now. I mean, it's just recycled movies.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, for example, okay, how many Batmans and how many Supermans and how many uh Avengers is there going to be? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, they are prevalent characters, but you also got to understand, in all reality, you know what I'm saying? There's no other characters being born, and yeah, there are other characters that's getting theirs on a smaller platform, but they're not getting their eye. Most of the eyes like the big characters are getting.
Yep.
Like the Thors, the Wolverines, like the Thors, the Wolverines, the
I love
Hawks.
Thor. I love Thor. Thor is
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
like he's getting the eyes on all of his shit, right?
Yeah.
Like Hawks. The all of these some of these characters are boring. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you the truth. Some of these characters are boring. Hawk is boring to me.
Yeah.
Thor's boring to me. Um, Wolverine, he's an ass kicker. I could watch Wolverine all day,
Yeah.
but put some actual characters that actually kick ass instead of pacifying the people. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Actually
Right.
get them out of their seats and really
Right.
put some
Right.
effort and bringing out characters that actually get you into your emotions, that
Yeah.
actually force you to do your own shit, force you to
Yeah.
want to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Because
That
that
was
character,
that's funny you said that because I remember 92, 93. Remember when the movie The Crow came out?
yeah,
Brandon Lee, that was a league in its own. That was a whole league of its own.
yeah, yeah.
That was amazing.
What's up, Chedrick? What's up, bro? What's goody?
What's up, Chadrick?
But yeah, man, that's just the way. That's the way how it is, man. Because that's why a lot of people are not moving the way they want to because they're so worried about trying to do it like the rest did it. But you also got to understand their success is not your success.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't want their success for me.
Yeah,
I'm going down my
and
own
not only
path.
that, I think now, I think it's too. Everybody's walking on shells to not to say certain things, not to do certain things, to rub different groups, and it's different now. It's just like now they're changing things here and there, not to hurt people's feelings, and I don't know. It's just a different. It's a different. How can I say? It's a different vibe now. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
very different. Um, Movies back then, and I'm talking about 80s, 90s, early 2000. Movies were movies. They just made movies, and now it's just like it's too everybody walking on eggshells. You know, not to hurt people, not
Hmm.
to hurt this. It's like, I'm gonna keep my own 2 cents, but that's not the way to make movies. You have to make it raw. Movies are supposed to be movies. If you don't like it, it's the same thing with music. I remember the album from Ice T came out, Cop Killer, in the early '90s, and all of LA loved the song, but the LAP was like, "We got to remove the song." It's like, why? Well, it's enforcing how to kill a cop. No, it wasn't. It was about a man in South Central getting tired of the beatings and all this, and it was just basically a song about that. It's just a fictional story.
Right.
The name might be okay. I get it, but that's a fine line. You know what I mean? He did something that was creative and that hit a market that in South Central this happened way
The
even
reason.
before it even brought attention. I mean, you
See the
walk down the street and you look different. You've got the club to the head. Basically,
right,
you didn't have
and
a
it's the
cell phone. You didn't have a cell
right,
phone. Nobody believed you. You got beat up the cops. Nobody believes you because there's no cell phone. Now,
right,
when he did that, it was pretty dope. I mean, it was a pretty dope song. It was just about a guy. He was going to go and get some revenge, but it wasn't about enforcing and doing killing cops. It had nothing to do with that. And
right,
my point is, my whole point, whether you believe that or not, it's up to you. You have your own right to turn it off. It's simple. You got a hand, you got 5 fingers, you can turn it off. My whole point
right,
is, you can listen what you want to do. Leave that up to the person that's buying your album. Don't let somebody else tell you to do what you need to listen to, what you can't. That's wrong. That's wrong. Can't do that because you should be able to buy whatever you want, listen whatever you want, and if you don't like it, you can always not buy it. It's as simple as that. But to have somebody else not let you buy that or send, I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong.
right. And see, what a lot of people don't understand is that, and this is how the cops thought. They thought about it like this: they don't want everybody to stand up against the cops because if one stands up, if the whole community stands up against the cops and what they're doing or what they did back then, there would have been no police brutality. It would be no more. But being as though people were scared of the cops, and you know what I'm saying, being as though people were scared of the cops, and the cops, and like I said, bro, back then and now, a lot of these precincts are filled with racist ass cops. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you had the NWAs, the Ice T's, the you know what I'm saying. That's what if you really look at it, Ice T, the Ice T, you know what I'm saying? That's where NWA got their style from. Ice T. That's
It's
where they.
funny. It's funny because I got an argument with Eric.
Yeah.
He was on the show on K Rock, and he was talking about how he was the original gangster rap, and I said no, Ice T was, because Ice T was actually the first one who brought out literally the
Right.
lifestyle South Central. Then NWA came out. That's point blank,
Exactly.
point blank.
Right. Yeah, because
And then
Ice T came out in like in the 80s and shit. Ice T
yeah,
came out in the late 80s,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's when
6 in the morning. Remember 6 in the morning.
yeah, and that's when what you
We're
who
talking
else?
83, 84. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
NWA was nowhere to be around. I mean, it's like,
yeah, and then that's when NWA came out in the like early
yeah,
90s, and
yeah,
blew the whole shit off. And
yeah,
that's where Bone Thugs and Harmony came from. That's
yeah.
where
Get up, boys.
yeah, not that, yeah, two.
Yeah.
That's where all of these gangster rap, you know what I'm saying? All these gangster
Yeah, but
rap, you
Ice
know
T
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
one. Ice T was the original one that brought a story rap of the lifestyle in South Central. Hands
Yeah,
down.
that
Hands down.
exactly. That's where you say where songs of "fuck the police" came from, because the same message that IC was talking about, same message NWA was talking about, and
Right.
that's why NWA got censored because of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And they tried, and basically, if you really look at it, that's what NWA was created for,
Right.
to fucking go against what police brutality was about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. There was a lot of, and then you got Public Enemy was out there
Public
talking about
Enemy,
Hollywood,
yeah.
and you
Public
had
Enemy, you
Ice
got
Cube got that started to get out. There was Ice Cube brought up another. I forgot her name. She was a rapper. She did a song with Ice Cube.
I for-
Gosh, I forgot her
Coco,
name.
I think Coco,
Yeah,
I
something
think
like that. She was really beautiful. She had
Coco,
like the braids and all that.
yeah, Coco,
She,
yeah,
had
yeah.
a-
I forget her name.
but she
Um,
had a real bomb song, really bomb song, and
yeah,
it, it exploded. It was
I think
super
it was
dope.
Lolo.
Yeah, Lolo. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was. It was, and it was super dope because the music was like, yeah, Public Enemy. Then you had Digital Underground, and then you had Ice T. I mean, you had all these type of music popping. You're like, man,
And
I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna listen to that. And it was just, it was super dope.
then you had Tupac rising,
Then
and then
Tupac
Tupac was
just
speaking
like blew
about
it up. But Tupac just like
yeah,
blew it up. Just blew it up.
yeah. He basically made it bigger than what it was, bigger than basically. It's like this. Um, Ice T birthed it,
Yep.
but Tupac put a face on it.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's like Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Magic Johnson birthed the excitement of basketball, right? But Michael Jordan put a face on it, and he perfected. You know what I'm saying? He perfected the slam dunk. He perfected
There's hey,
the
I gotta tell you, brother. Like since the Chicago Bulls, that whole winning streak, Michael Pippen, and there's
hmm
never been anything like that again. Never, 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 never,
yeah, it never will be, because they was
never.
it was unique in its own way. Yeah, yeah, you could say Steph Curry and all and all, but they're in their own, in their own what you call time. That's
Yeah,
a different time. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to defend the three. You know, you don't have people that got good defense in the NBA no more like that. You don't have nobody like that. But then you're gonna go to now it's going to like now that people not shooting the three like that right now. Now you're going for the big stretch three, the big stretch bigs. Like you see that new big guy in the NBA now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He can hit
yeah,
the three. He could dribble. He could do everything. He's big. Nobody can guard him.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Nobody can, like, he's big like Yao Ming. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
but what we're trying to get to is this understanding where your time is. You know what I'm saying? Understanding who you are and what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can start something, but there's always going to be somebody to put a face on what you started.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like
Like,
it's the same thing with just the music and hip hop when it originally started back in the year, way, way, way back in the Bronx, and how it was just about the parties, and now it's not even hip hop. It's Hollywoodized. It's not the
exactly.
same. It's not the same, man. It's not the same.
Right. It's and I know somebody that actually says that actually have documents that has documents that they actually created hip hop, or you know I have him on soon. But his name is Big. The original G Man of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was in the group called Cool and the Gang. Big ups to
Oh
you, big
wow,
homie.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, big ups to you, homie. But with that situation, man, people don't understand, man. Like, if you really look at this whole situation, like, hip hop is not hip hop anymore. It's all fucking flashing lights and
It's a walk in the
this and
park in
other.
Walt Disney. It's not even like what it's supposed to be.
It's
You
all
know what I mean?
gimmicks.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, like when hip hop came out, it was all grit and gritty
It was
and
gritty.
it's underground as well.
Yeah.
Underground, and it was gritty, and it was uncensored.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say Run DMC came out with that shit with their songs, and that's when hip hop was getting started. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
To come out. Then
And
Ice
then
T came
LL
out with his
came
shit.
out, LL,
Yeah,
Houdini, and then
yeah.
you had the Fat
Rock,
Boys,
Eric B and Rakim and all those guys.
Heavy
Uh,
D,
Heavy
all of that.
D, all that, and that's why
In
it's
Living
like,
Color, remember when In Living Color came out, and they'd always
mhm.
have these like these rap, they had EPMD and all the other people on them, and it was just off the chain. It was just off the chain. In
That's
Living
why,
Color was so dope, man. It was so dope.
right? And notice too that Living Color was the first show that actually came out with all of the prevalent comedy acts
Yep,
that is
yep,
prevalent today.
yep,
Jim Carrey,
yep,
Jamie Foxx,
yep.
Marlon
Yep. And
Wayans,
they
and
hit
Tom Wayans.
really they actually hit a lot of topics that were really hardcore, but they made it was funny. You know what I mean? It was like a lot of stuff they did. It was funny.
Hold on. Yeah, like, and that's why with a lot of things that we see in today, like, and Malcolm X said it best. Like, we waiting for all of these celebrities to stand up, but we need to stand up as people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't lean on a celebrity to be a leader. You be the leader. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely. Put on the
And
big
that's
boy
why
pants and make it happen.
exactly. And that's why, as a person, we as people, if we have a dream, go for it. Believe in yourself. Don't wait for
Yeah.
nobody with a big name to come along and grab you by your hand and do it. No, you go ahead and do it. So that way, when you're shining, they will come along and help you get where you want to be.
Amen. Yeah. I think it's it all starts in the home. You
Yeah,
got a mom and dad, or you got a mom. It doesn't matter. It all starts at the home, and if you want to get out, Ice T once said it. It's like you want to get out of that prison because South Central is like literally like a prison. It's just like there's no opportunities to get ahead, and you've got to make the best of what you have and give it all you got. You know what I mean? And Eminem made a really good song one time in '90. That song called "One Shot." It's a super dope. Really, I think it came out the album One Mile. Um, it's a really good song,
was it 8 Mile? Yeah, Eight
but you
Mile.
got to do what you got to do. I just, yeah,
Hold on for a second.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, did you get the private message?
For me,
Yeah, you.
oh, hold on. No, I didn't get anything yet.
It should be in your
On my messenger?
Yeah, yeah. Not your Facebook Messenger on here. It says it's a red dot
Oh,
should come up.
let me see. Um, Private chat. Oh, what time is your next show? No, I don't see a red dot, bro.
Yeah, that's what I just sent it to you. What time is your next show? Yeah, that's what I was saying. I sent
Oh,
it to you.
okay. Yeah, it's about up. I got like roughly about 8 minutes. We're good. I got about 8 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But nah, man, like just look it out for you. Just look it out for you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Good
Um,
looking out.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take us out. Let you get ready for your next show. Um,
And you still on regarding what we talked about on the phone? You still on for that, or is that going to happen?
it's well, we gonna work that out. You know what I'm saying?
All
We're
right,
gonna
all
work
right,
that
all
out
right,
because
all right.
I have a thought to do something like that.
Okay.
Um, I want to get that pilot up like soon. I want to get that pilot up soon so I can plaster it all over the goddamn place. You know what I mean? Also too, y'all, for all those who's watching, who's going to watch later on, I would like to let y'all know that we are the In Your Face show is coming out with some more merchandise soon. I got to get my T-shirt machine. When we come out with the merchandise, I will be showing it on that show on that day when I make them. And if y'all want to buy them, let me know what y'all want, what sizes y'all need, and I'll set the price. Set the prices when y'all come and ask for them. I ain't gonna tell them on air. But also, please like and subscribe to the channel. And hold up, let me put it in the.
That's funny, man. You got me like last minute. I was like, you could jump out in like 30 minutes. Like, what? I was like, what? You trying to give me
Yeah,
a heart attack? Like, what's going on, man? Is this a joke? Hey, but come
yeah.
on.
I'm a man of my word. I told you I was gonna get you,
I
man.
know, I
So
know, I know, I know. It's all good. It's
yeah,
all good. I got to
you
come
know.
back again. I got to come back again because there's some things popping off, and I'd love to talk about it, man.
Oh yeah, man. I look. You come on anytime you want, anytime you like.
Yeah,
Let me know. Also, I have a show at like 8 o'clock. Huh? 8:30. Um, let me take us out here. Thank y'all for watching. It's been well. It's been awesome. Hold up. I always forget about this shit. It's been. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. It's been well. It's been awesome, and it's been the In Your Face show. And we out.
I
Peace.
love it.